Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Divorce is never easy. It's an emotional storm, a financial puzzle, and often a legal labyrinth. But amidst all the pain and paperwork, there's one key question that looms over many couples. What happens to the matrimonial home? Meet Adam and Lisa. They once dreamt of a forever home, a cozy flat filled with love and laughter. But as life would have it, their paths diverged and they found themselves in divorce proceedings. Their biggest concern? What happens to their home? Now, Adam thinks, I paid more for the mortgage. Shouldn't I keep the house? Lisa, on the other hand, says, I took care of the home and the children. The house is mine. So who's right? Under Singapore law, the matrimonial home is treated as a matrimonial asset if it was used by the couple or their family during the marriage. This means it will be subject to the division by the court. The court takes into account various factors when deciding how to divide the property, such as direct financial contributions of each spouse, including mortgage payments, the indirect contributions such as caring for the home and raising children, the needs of any children from the marriage, and any pre-existing agreements between a couple, such as a deed of separation. So under what circumstances must one spouse transfer their share to the other? The court will decide based on what is fair and reasonable. If the court deems it just, it can order one spouse to transfer their share to the other, especially if the other party has care and control of the children. Care and control means that the children live with them. This is often done to ensure stability for the children. The couple may also reach a private agreement on the transfer, but this must comply with CPF board rules, bank requirements, and other legal regulations. This option gives the couple more control over the outcome without prolonged litigation. If the home is an HDB flat, the minimum occupation period must be satisfied. If not, the flat may have to be sold back to the HDB. This means that even if one spouse wants to retain the flat, they may not legally be able to. Now let's say that the court orders Adam to transfer his share of the HDB flat to Lisa. How does this work? Adam must appoint a lawyer, whether HDB lawyer or private, to facilitate the transfer. Any outstanding loans and CPF refunds must be settled before the transfer is processed. This can be a significant financial burden, especially if CPF contributions were used to buy the flat. Lisa must provide consent to accept the transfer via My HDB page. This ensures that she acknowledges and agrees to the legal responsibility of taking over the flat. Administrative fees, stamp duties, and legal costs must be paid. The cost of these fees varies depending on the value of the flat and the nature of the transfer. What if the property is a private condominium? The process differs slightly. If there is a mortgage or CPF charge, the spouse receiving the property must refinance the mortgage or obtain a new loan. This means they must prove to the bank that they can afford the loan on their own. A deed of gift may be required if the transfer is done without any compensation or payment. This legal document formalizes the transfer and prevents future disputes. Stamp duty and legal fees must be paid, and relevant authorities such as the Singapore Land Authority must be notified. This ensures that the transfer is properly registered and legally binding. A question I am often asked is, if I transfer the home, do I still have to pay for it? The short answer is no, unless the court orders you to continue paying for it. Mortgage repayments must be taken over by the spouse receiving the home. However, if you had used CPF savings to pay for the home, you may need to refund the withdrawn amount plus accrued interest. In some rare cases, the court may order the spouse to continue paying for the mortgage even after the transfer, if the court deems it fair. This is often the case where children are involved and the spouse keeping the home cannot afford the mortgage alone. At the heart of these legal principles lies a deeper truth. Nothing is truly permanent. We attach great meaning to our homes, our relationships, and even our sense of possession. But as we have seen, all things change. The law seeks fairness, but fairness itself is subjective. What matters more is letting go of attachment and focusing on moving forward with clarity and peace. Adam may feel that letting go of his share of the home is unfair, but clinging on to bitterness only prolongs his suffering. Lisa may feel victorious, but the weight of responsibility over the home is now hers to bear alone. There is no absolute gain or loss, only a shift. This is a reminder that in life, things come and go. What we think as ours may one day belong to another. Holding on too tightly to material possessions only bring us suffering. Instead, focusing on acceptance allows us to find peace, even in the midst of change. Divorce is difficult, but understanding your legal rights and responsibilities can make the process smoother. If you are going through this, focus on fairness and most importantly, choose peace over conflict. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.